of the Beauty Report, let's talk a little bit about beauty. And this is a brand new line here at HSN, a brand new launch. So when we talk about your 10 faves, it's really great that you get to see these first. This is from Reba Beauty. And you know, there's really only one Reba. There's really only one, and that's Reba McEntire. Maybe you've enjoyed her music for years. I really kind of fell in love with Reba on her funny TV show that she had for a number of years. But she has been in front of the lights and on camera and on stage for her, her entire career. And what she's created in Reba Beauty is called the Center Stage Eyeshadow Palette. And it does come along with this really great dual end brush. Do you see that? And the dual end brush is great because on one end, you've got a wider, I'll hold it up here so that you can see, a wider fan out of the brush so that if you just want a nice full swipe of color, you can do that. And then on the other end, you've got, it's a little bit more tapered. So if you want to, when you wanted to get into the crease of your eye, or if you want to line with this, maybe under your eye, do a soft smudge line, you could easily do that as well. You're getting that brush, and you get the 5-shade palette. Now let me share with you. The palette itself is fantastic. The brush is fantastic. If you were gonna buy them separately, the palette on its own would be $49. For 5 fantastic shades, both matte as well as shine. And then the brush, that dual-sided brush, would be another $29. And you know this because if you've ever used really great brushes, you know how expensive they are. This together should be $78. That's what it should be, and if you were to buy it separately, that's how much it would be. So the palette is $49 for $3 more. Not nearly $30 more, but for only $3 more, you get that dual end brush. But let's look at these shades because you've got some that are matte and some that have shimmer, which means you can go from day to evening. You can go from work to party very simply. You can use these wet or dry. And when you use them wet, I will just encourage you, I would encourage you not, and this is gonna go for any eyeshadow that you decide to use wet, because most of them, most powder eyeshadows, you can use wet. And why you would do that? You would do it if you wanted to intensify the color, like maybe this beautiful silver dust color right here. If you want it to make that really stand out and pop against your eyeshadow, what you would do is you would dampen the brush, not the actual eyeshadow. You would just dampen the brush, rub it in there, and then put it on your eyes. And you can do the same thing. Maybe you want it to use this as an eyeliner. Just dampen the brush, rub it here, put it on your eyeshadow, put it on your eyes, and it's a beautiful, intense color. You've got the entire palette, which for a lot of us, maybe, and we had Too Faced last hour, which was great. They have a really great palette, but maybe for you, you're saying, okay, these are really neutral shades. I can totally work with this. And this is pretty much all I need. Go for this set. It's called Center Stage from a woman, Reba McEntire, who has been center stage for decades. She knows how to look good, and she knows how to look good in a flash. And one thing about Reba, her look is very modern, it's very current, but she doesn't use a whole lot of wild colors. She doesn't go green and purple and reds and yellows. She keeps it really neutral, and she keeps it really kind of natural with a pump of glam. And that's what you see in this set, which I think you're going to love. Now you will see it again for a full presentation during the Beauty Report with Amy Morrison, and we do that every Thursday starting at 7, is it 9 o'clock? Or is it 7? Yes, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. You see it every Thursday starting at 7 p.m. But during the Beauty Report, everything is so fast and furious. And I've watched it, and I know that you have too. Everything's selling out. It's going so fast. You see the numbers ticking up, and you see the quantity going down and down and down, and it gets kind of fast and furious. It's really great that you have an opportunity to kind of slow down, pick this up now, and then when you watch the Beauty Report this evening, really understand and hear, you'll have a longer presentation, so you'll get a chance to see the colors in action. I even love the names of the colors because they're so appropriate. So that's Spotlight. You've got Silverado. The one right there in the center is called Buckle. Maybe it should be called Buckle Up. We've got it for you in Pewter, and then this is called Storm. And these can be used just a swipe, maybe just for every day you use a little bit of Buckle and then maybe a little bit of Spotlight right underneath your eyebrows. Or maybe, and then, on the times where you want to kind of pump it up a bit, You can go with buckle on your lid, spotlight underneath your brow. You can use a little bit of pewter, maybe a little bit of Solverado to give you a little bit of pop, and then you can use the Storm as an eyeliner. Everything that you need in one nice, neat little compact. And the brush, all right? We'll have a full